So what do you think? By story narration, can we express our thoughts in a good way?
Yes, of course, it can. But generally, we do the narration because we think that we can elaborate, we can describe the things in the more and more better way.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about your morning? Is there anything special in this morning?
Yes, something is special. I just visit to the hospital. Just came here. My auntie is there in the admit. She's hospitalized. So I just came out from there. So
What happened her? Is she critical or
I
normal?
think no, not so critical. She's just unwell. Because I think the weather pattern is changing in India, so we can see the
Hmm.
reversal of that, and which just fever and sometime we call the dengue, that kind of the things. Because I'm living in
Nowadays,
this
viral fever and dengue is spreading.
Yes, because I'm living in the city, and see, I mean, my whole family live in the village, so there is a flood is actually in my village. So I think due to which there is a spread of the fevers and dengue and such a disease. Yes,
Hmm.
because when we when we pass out from the that is the what we call the monsoon season. So it's happened, reversal of the season. So new kind of disease we get, and we affected by that.
And the main reason is mosquitoes.
Mosquito, and we can say our the we can our habits. We don't do such a things which we can protect from these kind of disease, like we don't do the yoga, and we take the the spicy food. Even the village also, just the
Hmm.
samosa, pakodi, these kind of things we take. So there is
Hmm.
you can say the reaction of every action.
Okay, and after this session, you will visit your auntie in
No, I
hospital.
just came out. No, I just visit and I
Hmm.
just came out
Okay,
because
you come back from
yes,
hospital.
yes, I returned back.
Okay, okay. So in this session, I will narrate a story. Do you like it? If I will
Yes,
narrate?
of course. No, yes, you can narrate. I can understand,
Hmm.
and I would learn something from you.
Actually, this
Yes,
story is very old story. I think you also heard about this story. Unity is strength.
yes, and this is also quote. I
Hmm.
think, regardless of something.
Okay, now I'm telling you. Once upon a time, there was a wise farmer who was living in a village. He had three sons. But his three sons always quarrel with each other on trivial matters. So after seeing this, the farmer very worried. He was thinking, if they are fighting just like this, after my death, they anybody can harm his sons. So he thought again and again. Then an idea came to his mind. He gathered some sticks and he tied with a knot. And then he asked all his sons, who can break this wooden sticks? Then elder son tried and he tried all his effort, but he was not able to break that bundle of stick. Then second son tried, and after that third son tried, but they all were failed. Then farmer smiled and he said to his elder son, untie this knot and take one stick. Then they again tried to break that one stick, and they were successful to break one stick. Then he told their son, now I think you can understood what I want to try to say you. I am saying like unity is the strength. If you will fight with each other, anybody can take benefit from you. They can harm you. So you should live together and in a unite form. Then they understood what their father want, and after that day, they all were living happily and with harmony. So it was my story. So what is
yes,
the moral of the story? Can you tell me?
yes. Of course, you just mentioned about that unity is in the strength,
Unity
and I
is
think this.
strength. Hmm.
Yes, and yes, and this is why also chapter in we had the book in the we call the you know netic sas something like that. When I was in I think class my fifth and the seventh like that. So this yes, And this is not just about we can say story, it is the reality of today world where we are living. And
Hmm.
just look at the structure of our family structure. If we have the unity, so we can we can better from any problems, any issues, whatever issues come to us. But the moment we are disintegrate, like that, so we face a lot of issues. Even in my own family, I see that, because I saw the huge disintegrations in my own family. And so that time actually what very shocking for me personally. And but now we are living together. And so I think, just I just mentioned about my auntie. So she had the fever yesterday, and the night. And so we are, we don't. What happened? Previously there was my one auntie. She used to, put a lot of the restriction on my uncle that you should not, talk to us because my father is the four, other five brothers. But now she has been, you can say, divorced. She got the divorce, and we are now living in bed together. But when we didn't have that kind of we had the unity, but after getting my uncle, you can say the marriage, so we didn't have that much, we can say the inner and mutual strength,
Hmm.
due to certain
Hmm.
reasons. It's happened in each and every family. But now we are, so together, and we, whenever any problems come to us, we face very together. It's like
Hmm.
the joint family. But when we have the nuclear family, so I think unity is not in the nuclear family when we compare to the
Hmm.
joint family. Of course, in any structure, whether nuclear family or joint family, some issues are there. They would be always. But the unity is in the joint family. It is marvelous. We cannot imagine. So I think your story which you narrate, this is also so on is on the same basis. Like, as you mentioned about the the three wives of that farmer. Let's just suppose if they are going somewhere, if anything come to them, if they meet with that problem, so they can solve out it. If they
Hmm.
think that its problem is not with me, I shouldn't distance away from that. It means that that problem can be dominant over each of them. But when they
Hmm.
come together, so they can suppress that problem. So I
Hmm.
think yes, moral of the story is very good. And even nowadays, uh, we can apply this story in each and every field. And starting from the religions to caste to the country, even our country
Hmm.
also, we have the multiple state, and each and every state has their own language, own identity, but we are
Hmm.
united because of our one culture, integrations of our country. So this is also apply on our country, and this is story something which we can apply in each and every field.
Hmm. And nowadays, if you are joining a good firm and your colleague also want do the same job, but that friend is not supporting you. Sometimes it
Right.
happens. So in this
Correct.
matter, we can say if all the friends live together, they can get better opportunities.
Yes, right. And yes, and even this also we can apply in our examinations also. Like when we are
Hmm.
preparing for any competitive exam, so we are
Hmm.
doing the group study. If anything, if any questions and anything else, if we are not able to solve it, separately. So when we come together, so we can solve it. During my own examinations when I was in my class 12, so we used to do the our group study, in the city. So we could solve some, there's a lot of the questions which we couldn't solve separately in the schools and the
Hmm.
schools when at our home. But when we were together, so we could solve. It means that because when we are together, so our minds are multiples, so we can solve in either way. And we have the
Hmm.
multiple thinking that we can solve, that issue from that perspective, this be like that.
Hmm. So what do you think? By story narration, can we express our thoughts in a good way?
Yes, of course, it can. But generally, we do the narration because we think that we can elaborate, we can describe the things in the more and more better way. But in my case, I feel that just talk on the random things, whatever things come to mind, because I can't narrate the things. Because whenever I try to narrate the things, I go into deep. I start by
Hmm.
giving a multiple example. As you just mentioned about the farmer, I give example of my own family, and I never try to hide and conceal the things. If anything's happened to me in my family, I try to put into picture, so that the things can be decorated in the best of the best manner. And
Hmm.
so, and that is the reason sometimes I try to elongate in the things. I have to express in a very small and very brief way, but I expand that by giving the multiple example. So that is why I
Hmm.
try to make the distance so that conversation should not be so long, because ultimately I have to finish the conversation in the limit and defined time.
If in your conversation you are, sharing any good vocabulary, any good idioms, any good topic that you can elongate, you can, increase the time of the video conversation. Okay, so it will be fruitful. But if you are unnecessary talking, then I think you should avoid these kind of conversation.
Right, right.
You should
Yes,
just,
and
topic. You should just talk on the topic. Apart from
yes,
topic, if you are discussing, it's not good.
yes. I mean, previously we are used to do about talk on the same things about the English journey, but I have switched that now. I don't want to talk those, we can say very worn out topics, because those topics are not so, so you can say advantageous, because it has been almost for me the 1 year of this journey almost. So I don't want to talk them. And yes, sometimes generally we think that we can talk on the random, random topics. We can talk on in the better way. This is also true some extent, but we can also talk on the just casual conversation, very best of the best man. I mean, yesterday I talked with someone, and he was, I mean, India, but he Indian. He is living in the UAE. So we had conversation around 22 minutes, and we discussed about the Bollywood movies, South movies, multiple things, and we didn't, get to know that how our conversation went on such a longer time. So person should be, I think, the nice with whom you are talking. It should not be the
Hmm.
boring. The effort should
Hmm.
be from the outside. It's not like that another person is the boring. I know. I mean, shoot a back. I was talking to someone else, and so what happened that so there was one lady, and she dropped the message, and I was talking to someone else. I dropped the message. That was the audio call, and I dropped the message that. So she said that that if you have the topic, so you can what we can call. Otherwise, don't call. Okay, I said okay. But I know Hari personally, and so I dropped the message. I said, "Are you in the anger?" So actually, what happened? There was some co-learner. She was irritated with that learner because she was talking in you can see I don't know what was his behavior about her. So she said that sometimes it's happened that irritation pour with the someone else. So it's happened that
Hmm.
sometimes when we don't have any topic, so we talk in very unnecessary way. We talk about
Hmm.
such a things which doesn't have any point, totally pointless. So having the topic is
Hmm.
also good, and if you don't have the topic, this is also good. But we should also talk the person that like if I'm talking to the lady, so I should be have the manners how I'm talking to her, and I'm talking
Hmm.
to like with my age, if that is the boy, so we can talk about whatever we want. Like we talk
Hmm.
about the multiple things about in the Bollywood, but we cannot share the same things with the ladies.
Hmm. Yes, it depends person to person, and it's my
Yes,
mindset. Like I had started my journey 11 months ago. If I'm again and again like saying what is my journey, sometimes it is very boring subject, boring topic. I can
yes,
say.
exactly.
So I always
Yeah.
try to elaborate like some story, topic, and some role play. Then I can
Yes.
say the video will be engaging.
Right, right, right. Yes, and I mean, sometimes it's happened that we are talking to someone else. That person is very new for us, so we can just describe our story just within a minute, not more than that.
Hmm.
Because it has been even for me also. On the 1st October, I would complete the 1 year. So like, and when we talk to someone, I mean, we have been talking, I mean, 3 to 4 times, so we don't need to give them the same, same things again and again. Like if there is a
Hmm.
one person that is new for me, so we can elaborate the things in just only the 1 minute, not more than that, and then talk on that.
Hmm.
But some YouTubers are like they talk about how did you learn, how was your experience like this. So these are totally baseless things, and it's a totally pointless to talk about those things.
So
And
now I'm
I
going to
think
end this session. So now I'm going
yes,
to
yes,
end this session.
yes, of
Okay?
course, of course, yes.
Okay, bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.